Hi guys, this will be the first video tutorial that I write for you guys. So what I'll be doing is, rather than writing a new PDF document and giving you instructions on how to use the additional new scripts, what I'll be trying to do is I'll be trying to create about a 5 or 10 minute video at most on how to use these scripts, and hopefully that way you'll be able to actually see them, use the video tutorials as a faster means than rather looking at a PDF document trying to figure out what's happening or what to do. Hopefully you can watch these video tutorials and actually just be able to use them. Hopefully everyone is following along with the other PDF tutorials and has attended all the tutorials to date. And we'll be using a lot of what we've learned in the tutorials as the basics for all these additional scripts, so I won't be going over that stuff. I'll be quickly showing you, and then I'll be focusing on the main script that's been added, okay? So what we have today is that we have something called a puzzle trick. So the idea behind this is that if you had a door that you wanted to go through, or an action that you wanted to happen, so say you want to click on this door but you needed to get the key card for it first, or you needed to solve a puzzle to be able to open this door. Well, what I've done is I've created a new script for you guys, and it's called ToggleGameObject on and off. But what I'll do is I'll talk to you about the components behind this to show you that you actually have learned all these tools, all these skill sets. We're just putting them into play, okay? So the door, okay, has two iTwin events, open door and closed door, and the door trigger has a toggle iTwin event, so it opens the door and closes the door, okay? This is exactly the same as the chess cube. So if we were to go over to the chess cube, you see that the chest has a toggle iTwin. It opens and closes the lid hinge. The lid hinge has two iTwin events, one that opens and one that closes the lid. Okay? The door is exactly the same. Okay, so this is the lid hinge of the chest. It has an open door and a closed door. The door trigger has a toggle iTwin event, so it's like the main part of the door. Okay? We also have one called over here called puzzle with a point light. Okay, this works exactly the same as the light switch. So over here we have the light switch. Okay, there's a cube and has a light toggle event, or toggle light script attached to it. Okay, you can see that there's a point light above here. Okay, this point light is turned on and off when we click on the cube. This is exactly the same over here. So if you click on this cube, the light is going to be turned off and on. The only new thing that we have added is something called ToggleGameObject. Okay, so what the script does is it turns a model or a game object on and off in Unity. Okay, so how it works is that this tick box here, so you can see we have a green surrounding box. If we tick this off, it disappears. Now, if there's no green box for us to trigger an event on, that means that this toggle iTwin event won't activate because we can't click on, there's no collision mesh for us to detect. Once this is on, we can click on this and this will activate the iTwin events stored in door. Okay, so that's what the ToggleGameObject script does. It's exactly like the point light script that toggles this on and off, except rather than toggling this on and off, what we're doing is we're toggling this. Okay, now you can create this trigger in a number of different ways. You can use an empty game object. What I've done is I've duplicated the door, and then what I've done is I removed the component from it. Okay, and that's why there's no component on this, even though it says cube at the top. Okay, you actually don't need that part either. So to show you this in action, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, and I'm going to walk up. When I click this, it works on and off. Okay, so it rotates. But when I click the light or the cube to turn this off, all of a sudden I can't turn this on. If I turn it on and then open the door and then turn it off, I can no longer close the door. Okay, now when you're starting off with your puzzle, what you'll want to do is you want to have this ticked off and your light source turned off. Okay, because what happens is you actually want them to find the key first. Okay, so I can't open the door, I need to click on the box, and now the door will open and close. Okay, so that's how you'd set up your game or your virtual world to be able to use a key or puzzle in your game. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. What I'll also be doing is I made a package of this puzzle trick. Okay, so I made a prefab, and I'll be making this package available on Milo as well, so you can download it and import it into your own scene, and that way you can see this in work as well. Okay, thanks guys for listening, and I hope this helps.